What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Tricky Jim at Full Grip Games. Today I'm going to be counting down my top 10 cards from the newest Pokemon trading card game set, Vivid Voltage. But before we do, let's head on over to FullGripCodes.com. If you're looking to get all the best cards in your Pokemon trading card game online account, look no further than FullGripCodes.com. We've got all the best Pokemon trading card game online codes available for instant email delivery, including the newest set, Vivid Voltage, as well as specialty codes like the Trainer's Toolkit code and the new Zacian V League Battle Deck code. Great for new players just starting out, looking to get some powerful cards right away. And of course, supporting the shop at Full Grip Codes directly supports the content I create here on Tricky Jim. Now, let's get on with our top 10 cards from Vivid Voltage. Coming in at number 10 is Aromatic Grass Energy, which makes it so that the grass-type Pokemon this card is attached to cannot be affected by any special conditions, and it provides a grass energy when attached to a Pokemon. This is really good considering that both Pikarom and Eternatus Vmax decks both rely on inflicting status conditions in order to craft their game-winning strategies. Specifically, against Eternatus Vmax, Aromatic Grass Energy can stop that poison damage from adding up and allowing Eternatus to hit that 300+ damage mark to take out big Pokemon Vmax. I think that Aromatic Grass Energy is a great card. Unfortunately, it's just really tough to be a grass-type Pokemon right now, considering that fire decks are still very popular. That being said, still a good card, and I expected to see play in grass decks going forward. Speaking of grass Pokemon, Orbeez Vmax occupies our 9th place position. It's got 310 HP and a really cool ability, Eerie Beam, which reads once during your turn. If this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may put 1 damage counter on each of your opponent's Pokemon, and this can really add up throughout the course of the game, especially since you can use this ability more than once per turn for each Orbeez Vmax you have. If you have 4 Orbeez Vmax in play, that means you can spread up to 4 damage counters per turn with your Eerie Beam ability. You just have to switch in and out of each Orbeez that you have in play. And then its Gmax Wave Attack's actually really good for a grass and a colorless. It does 50 damage plus 50 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So if they have 3 energy attached, you're going to be dealing 200 damage for just 2 energy. And since it's a grass and a colorless, it pairs really well with Weakness Guard energy to help fight that pesky fire weakness. Number 8 is probably my favorite new card from Vivid Voltage, Talonflame V. It's got 190 HP and no retreat cost, making it a great pivot card in any deck that it's included in. It's also got 2 really good attacks. Its first attack, Fast Flight, for 1 colorless energy, allows you to discard your hand and draw 6 new cards, and you can even use it on the first turn of the game going first. So it's really powerful for setting up your deck, really good for helping you to find those copies of Welder if you're playing a fire-type deck. We've seen this kind of attack printed before in the form of Fast Ray, printed on both Latios EX and Pheromosa GX, but we've never quite seen an attack like this that allows you to help set up your deck on the first turn of the game going first in the modern era of the Pokemon TCG. So I really like that. And then Bright Wing for 2 fire and a colorless deals 160 damage, and you have to discard an energy from this Pokemon. It's a great amount of damage to deal because we're going to be 2-hit KOing most Pokemon VMAX. You get to 1-hit KO Dedenne GX, and you can 1-hit KO Zacian V. So I really like this card. Very much looking forward to seeing which decks decide to include Talonflame V going forward. At number 7, we've got Snorlax with the Gourmandize ability, which allows you to end your turn by filling your hand to 7 cards if Snorlax is in the active position. Now, drawing cards is always good in the Pokemon trading card game, and Snorlax is definitely no exception to that. This card is really strong for helping to set up more complex strategies if you just need to have a big hand in order to pull off your game-winning plays. Snorlax can help you to find those cards. That being said, having your big Gourmandize hand marching to the bottom of the deck is definitely sad, and it happens all of the time. Snorlax does help you to draw out of early Marnies too, though, so for that I really like this card. It does compete for space with Team Up Jirachi, but one day Team Up Jirachi will rotate and leave us, and I could see Snorlax taking a more dominant role in standard format when that happens. Big Colossal Vmax making its way up to number 6 on our top 10 list. It's got a formidable 330 HP, which can be further enhanced by the new Stone Fighting energy from Vivid Voltage, making Colossal Vmax a very difficult target to knock out. It's also got 2 awesome attacks. Its first attack, Eruption Shot for 1 fighting energy, deals 40 damage, and you discard the top card of your deck. If that card's an energy card, you're going to be dealing 90 more damage, and you get to accelerate that energy to the Colossal Vmax. So 130 damage for just 1 energy. It's great from a fighting type Pokemon because you're going to be able to 1-hit KO Crobat V, Dedenne GX, and Pikachu and Zekrom Tag Team GX because of their fighting weaknesses. We also have the Gmax Boulder attack for 3 fighting and a colorless, deals 240 damage, great for knocking out Zacian V and finishing off whatever Vmax Pokemon you might have softened up with an early eruption shot. Colossal Vmax pairs great with the Primate Wisdom Oranguru since it allows you to swap a card from the top of your deck with a card in your hand, so you can guarantee the energy for eruption shot. It also pairs great with Hyper Potion, allowing you to discard 2 energy from the Colossal Vmax and glance off 120 damage. Colossal Vmax is a very tanky threat, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what kind of Colossal Vmax decks pop up in the months to come. Moving on to the top 5, we have got Whimsicott with the Flying Fury attack for 1 psychic energy, deals 10 damage plus 40 more damage for each Pokemon tool card you discard from your Pokemon in play. So if you discard 6 Pokemon tool cards, 1 for each of your Pokemon in play, means you're going to be dealing 250 damage for just 1 energy. It's very powerful attack, very good damage output to energy cost ratio. Now the problem is you do have to discard your tools every time you use the attack, but if you pair Whimsicott with U-Turn Board comes back from the discard pile when you discard it from play, meaning that you can continuously fire off Flying Fury attacks for huge numbers with this little Whimsicott. Certainly a lot of fun to play, and I think a very powerful single prize deck going forward in standard format. Everyone loves a spread deck, and spread decks love spreading even more damage, which is exactly what Telescopic Sight does, coming in at number 4 on our top 10 list. It's a tool card that makes it so that the attacks of the Pokemon this card is attached to deal 30 more damage to your opponent's bench Pokemon V and bench Pokemon GX. This card has a lot of applications in our current standard format. When paired with Inteleon Vmax, its max bullet attack deals 160 damage to the active and 60 damage to the bench. Previously, this would have meant a 3-hit KO on bench Dedenne GXs and Crobat Vs, but with Telescopic Sight, those are going to be 2-hit KOs, dealing 160 damage to the active, 90 damage to the bench. This really increases the pace at which an Inteleon Vmax deck can overwhelm the opponent's board. When paired with Salamence Vmax's Sonic Double Attack deals 40 damage to 2 Pokemon. You can deal 70 damage to the bench with Salamence Vmax. I really like this card, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what combinations players come up with Telescopic Sight. Only 3 cards remain on our top 10 list. In third place, we have the new Stone Fighting Energy, which provides a fighting energy when attached to a Pokemon, but has the added effect of making it so that the fighting Pokemon this card is attached to takes 20 less damage from the attacks of your opponent's Pokemon, and it stacks. So if you have 2 of these attached to a fighting type Pokemon, that's minus 40 damage. 3 means minus 60. 4, minus 80 damage. That's a ton of damage reduction when paired with cards like Mallow and Lana. It's very possible to make a very tanky deck with this energy card, and I really like this card paired with the new Colossal Vmax. I think the future is bright for Stone Fighting Energy. Zacian V is one of the meanest, baddest, best Pokemon cards ever printed, and you know what makes it even better? Turning off its weakness completely, and that's exactly what Coding Metal Energy does. It provides a Metal Energy when attached to a Pokemon, and makes it so that the Metal Pokemon this card is attached to has no weakness. It's very strong in Lucario Melmetal decks, especially since Zacian V could not really take full advantage of Weakness Guard Energy since its Brave Blade attack does not have any colorless requirements in its attack cost. Coding Metal Energy fits perfectly into this deck. It's very good for Zamazenta V, very good for Lucario and Melmetal, and great for Zacian V. Now, Fire decks are starting to compensate by including the Dimension Breach Giratina, but the fact that they have to play it at all points to how strong of a card Coding Metal Energy is, and I'm sure we are going to see Coding Metal Energy played alongside Zacian V and Metal Pokemon for a long time to come. And the best card from Vivid Voltage is Amazing Rare Jirachi. I think this card has a ton of untapped potential. It's going to be a card we see in deck lists for years to come. Its Dreamy Revelation ability reads once during your turn if this Pokemon is in the active spot. You may look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put one of them into your hand, put the other card back on top of your deck. And what I really love about this card is that it fits seamlessly into any deck that plays Air Balloon or U-Turn Board, or Switch for that matter, because it doesn't put itself to sleep. You don't actually need Scoop Up Net like you do with the Team Up Jirachi. Though Team Up Jirachi does give this Jirachi a lot of competition for deck space right now. As Team Up Jirachi rotates, we're going to see a lot more of the Dreamy Revelation Jirachi in decks, especially decks that already play Air Balloon, because this Jirachi pairs perfectly with Air Balloon. It's the perfect pivot for your deck, because after a Pokemon gets knocked out, you just promote the Dreamy Revelation Jirachi with an Air Balloon on it or a U-Turn Board, and then you can play your supporter for turn. Say you research, you see 7 cards, Dreamy Revelation Revelation allows you to see that 8th and 9th card. Say you Marnie, you see 5 cards. Streamy Revelation allows you to see that 6th and 7th card, and I think this card is just going to be very good, giving you extra dig in your already consistent decks by giving you just a little bit more of that added consistency there onto the end of your draw step. So I think that this card is going to be a card we see a lot of in formats to come. Let me know, what do you think of my top 10 list in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to like the video, sub to the channel, ring that bell, and of course check out the Twitch stream, twitch.tv/TrickyJim, where I stream live Pokemon trading card game content every single weekday. If you've got extra cards lying around the house and you're looking to get some cash for them, make sure to check out the Full Grip Games buy list. We are always buying bulk and singles here at the shop, and selling your cards to Full Grip Games directly supports the content I create here on Tricky Jim. Y'all take it easy and have a great day. Peace.